Tonight, from M&T Bank Stadium in Baltimore, Maryland, it's a special prime time edition of the NFL on EA Sports. We'll see Lamar Jackson and the Baltimore Ravens taking on Carson Wentz and the Indianapolis Colts.
EA Sports coverage of the National Football League brings us to historic Baltimore, Maryland and M&T Bank Stadium. The two teams emerging from their respective tunnels a minute ago to the approval of this Baltimore crowd. They're all set as their Ravens will match up with the Indianapolis Colts. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, you look at this Raven team as they get ready here. They come in on a pretty good roll here, winners of 3 straight.
And going back through the tape, I thought they looked pretty good last week. It was a solid win, a comprehensive win.
They left in the middle of a cold night in 1984, but the Colts are back, and we're underway in Baltimore. And he'll be brought down at the 28-yard line, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone gets him 3 more. The Ravens offense set to take over and led by a man still just in his 4th season in the NFL, the 2019 MVP, Lamar Jackson.
And I thought it was a really nice performance last week by him. 3 touchdown passes. I think that signifies exactly what he was getting done. He did have the 1 interception.
But that's the ratio you say you're okay with, right?
If you go 3-to-1, you're going to be pretty happy over the course of the season. And let's face it, he'll never blame the receiver publicly. But behind closed doors, he's probably told his agent, hey, what's the deal? I should have had a perfect game.
And he's going to be out of bounds right at midfield. An excellent run of 22 yards on the keeper and also a first down. From midfield now, here's Jackson. Flush to his right. That's complete. It's Devin Duvernay. And he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line. A big gainer there on the catch and run, 37 yards.
Execution was one of their watchwords leading up to this one. And on that play, able to execute brilliantly here on this opening drive.
They'll run for the first time with Devontae Freeman. And effective running here. He'll take it down inside the 10. It's a 6-yard pickup, but it gets him to 2nd and 4. Jackson rolling to his right. And that'll be caught. Touchdown Ravens. It's Hollywood Brown. Hollywood Marquise Brown. His 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Ravens take it all the way down the field and score on the opening drive. Looking sharp on that first drive. These guys, of course, coming off back-to-back victories. And you see that kind of advancing into this game, don't you?
You certainly do. And when you have a team that doesn't get too full of itself, even though they won 2 games in a row, you get the end result that we saw there. The nice opening drive because they're sharp, they're focused, and they're locked into everything that they're doing.
Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And Rodgers will hold on to this one, and it'll come out to the 25. The Colts getting ready to take over for the first time, and you get a look at their 6-year quarterback in his first season wearing the horseshoe. It's Carson Wentz.
And his stat line last week, that's not going to get him to the Pro Bowl. All right, no touchdowns, no interceptions, but they won. And so the bottom line for him is team won, managed the game effectively, led them to victory. He's doing all the right things.
Oh, he's got a little daylight. There he goes, left side. And he just falls short down at the 1-yard line. 74 yards rushing for him now as he has gotten the night off to a hot start. It looks like a jumbo set with 3 tight ends here for 1st and goal. Taylor. And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. He lost 6 there on the first down play. 2nd and goal from the 6 this time. Wentz going to give this to Taylor. And a little bit of space there. Takes it inside the 5 to the 3. Give him right around 4 on the carry. We'll see if they want to keep pounding here on 3rd and goal. So we'll look here at the key inactives, and we got this list before the game down on the field. And they tell us the same thing every time, don't they? Next man up.
No excuses. Be ready to play. That's the mantra of every organization. The key is having guys on the roster who are capable of filling in and playing at a high level. That's when you know you've drafted well, scouted free agents well, and stocked your team just the way you're supposed to.
Blankenship's kick is good. And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7 to 3. So, yes, it's only 3, but at least they're able to answer back after giving up the touchdown to start the game.
Yeah, I like the observation there because getting some points on the board, very positive for them. Feel a little bit better about things because if you don't score, you potentially open the door for them to score again, and then you're down 14.
And ultimately, he stopped right where he would have been if he had simply gone down to a knee at the 25. Baltimore set to take over here for their 2nd possession of the game. They had the touchdown on the opening drive of the ball game. It was countered by just a field goal. So, hey, if your guys can do that for 4 quarters, you're in good shape.
Yeah, it is a team game, so that's just good complimentary football. But, you know, I know I'm no brainiac, but you trade 6s for 3s, things are going to work out in your favor.
And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. Beating him there with his legs. 21 yards, 1st down. And this, I mean, it's certainly something to watch out for. He is not afraid to call his own number on plays like that. And here he takes it for good yardage.
And we know this defense prepared all week for this, but sometimes when you see it in person, it's a whole different ball game. And all that preparation, it goes right out the window.
It's a pickup of 11 and a Baltimore 1st down. Now Jackson taps this forward jet sweep.
And a lot of times these plays, they either go for nothing or they go for big yardage. And here, they got to the outside, turned it upfield, and ended up getting a nice little gain out of it.
Now Jackson taps this forward jet sweep.
Now, they did get a little gain on this play, but all in all, a nice job defensively against the touch pass. They were able to string it out towards the sideline and never let him get the corner and turn it upfield for a bigger chunk of yardage.
And he's able to pick up the 1st before he's taken down at the 27. It goes as a gain of 8, and it moves the chains.
That's about what you would expect since they're so efficient on picking up 3rd downs in the top 5 in the NFL. It's all a mindset, and I'm guarantee you, it started in the offseason. 3rd down's important to them. They find a way to pick them up at a very good clip.
And he slings one that's incomplete.
I know he was trying to get the completion downfield, but the way this game has gone, with a few of the runs he's made along the way, he should have kept the ball and taken it with his feet downfield. That's the big play that shreds the defense. Instead, he thought to himself, I'm a quarterback. I've got to throw it. He bailed out the defense with that incompletion.
So a decent gain, but all for naught on the penalty.
It's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. The only people celebrating, the guys who just gave up that play.
Now it's Jackson. Flushed out right. Looking right side, and that's complete to Watkins.
Barney sold the go route really well. Thought he was going deep, then curled it back inside for a nice completion.
DBs love when they pump the brakes, don't they?
Yeah, that's really a whole lot of fun. It's almost like you said, listen, if you're going to sell the go, just go. And let's see who's faster.
And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. After one, 7-3 the score on EA Sports. Freeman. And he gets halfway home from the 4 down to the 2-yard line.
Well, he did get a taste the previous week. He got into the end zone trying his best to get there in this game. So far, he's been denied.
And he'll keep working toward that end zone as he's down to about the 2-yard line.
And this is why aggressive defense coordinators love to blitz. It wreaks havoc because they end up taking their attention to the blitzers, freed up the D lineman to make the play.
And he will take it in for a Ravens touchdown. Devontae Freeman, his third touchdown now on the year. And the Ravens will add on to their lead. Able to punch it in on third down makes it easier for those guys on the sideline. They didn't have a fourth down decision to make.
Yeah, could you feel the exhale? Because they were already thinking ahead, as all the good coaching staffs do. Anticipating what we have to make the call. They already had it lined up. Never even got to it.
Tucker able to connect on the extra point, and that pushes the lead up to 11. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Now Jonathan Taylor and the Colts offense retakes center stage. Whatever he was doing in September, they're hoping that that carries over now to October because he was sensational last month.
He absolutely was, and we all know where it started. At the end of last season, right? All the offseason preparation, the weight workouts, the sprints, right? The vision that he had, what he was going to do this season. And, of course, it all came together with the rest of the team. Those big fellas up front, leverage, and, boy, they getting downfield and creating extra blocks for him.
They really are. Everyone's been doing their job so far to create those holes. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 88 yards rushing for him so far as his terrific season continues here. First and 10, Taylor now. And he'll push his way up to about the 44 here. It was Chuck Clark coming up to make the tackle. The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. To throw is Wentz. This to the outside for Mack. And he's going to be taken down with a marker on the field. So let's see about the call. So they will tread backward on the holding penalty.
And I know that they're going to get coached up and they'll get yelled at a little bit, but let's face it, it is hard not to do at the speed and pace that they play.
On 2nd down, it's Hines. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of a yard, so it's back to 3rd and 10. Now Wentz. This will be taken in by Michael Pittman. And he is going to have a Colts first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. So in Raven territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line. To the right side, this is Taylor. Takes this to the 32, maybe the 31, and then the defense rallying quickly after that broken tackle. A good run, got 7 on first. Here's 2nd and 3. From the gun, it's Taylor. And this time they were waiting for him as he'll be knocked out before he can get back to the line of scrimmage. This will be a loss of 3, and now a much tougher 3rd down looming. Now Wentz on 3rd down. The toss here completed to Pittman. And they're able to get this one past the 30 to the 25-yard line. 1:58 left to play till we hit halftime. A reminder coming up just a few minutes from now. We'll send you to Jonathan Coachman and our crew in Orlando. Coach will have a look back at some of the stats and scores from yesterday's action. And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down. 10 more there and another 1st down. Into the red zone. Wentz. And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's 2nd down. So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. Wentz to throw again. Middle of the field to the tight end, Doyle. That'll leave them with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there. Now Wentz. Throw left side complete. That's Taylor. And boy, he is very close to a 1st down. And from where they're spotting that football, he's going to be a foot or so short. Call it a 1-yard gain on the play. Blankenship's kick is good. And a second field goal here cuts their deficit to 14-6 now. So a long drive gets them down inside the 5, but ultimately they settle for just the field goal.
And I have to think that if maybe they were a yard closer, that would have made their decision tougher, and I think they likely would have gone for it. But in this situation, they just decided to take the 3, and I think it was a smart move.
And he's going to get this across the 20 as he's out of bounds at the 23. Lamar Jackson marching back onto the field. And he's been fun to watch run the football. We know he can pass, but using his legs effectively here in this one.
No doubt about it. Watch him maneuver in the pocket, out of the pocket, making the plays that he's making, which are breaking down the defense. I thought back to when we had our morning jog before the game, and I couldn't keep up with you. Those legs, they're valuable for his team.
Jackson's throw is on target to Duvernay. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts as they stop it with 19 seconds to go in half number 1. And just a yard to go here on second down. Here's Jackson to throw. Sliding out of the pocket. On the run, he'll let it go deep, right sideline. Sammy Watkins, the intended receiver, and it's 3rd and short. They go play action now. Jackson, he'll buy some time right. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. Lamar Jackson, such a threat with those legs, able to improvise and get the first. Jackson eluding the pressure right. The ball comes out, and the Colts pick it up. So we're at halftime here in the Inner Harbor with the hometown Ravens on top. As we'll send you down to Orlando, we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. Welcome in, everyone, to our EA Sports Halftime Report. Let's get you caught up on what's going on around the NFL. We'll begin up at US Bank Stadium in Minneapolis, where it was definitely a game with some intrigue, as you can see by the scoreline. Kirk Cousins leading the way with a couple of touchdown passes in the victory. From there, let's head off and check out a second game. And they were losers in that ball game to the visiting Cleveland Browns. Nick Chubb, 2 touchdown runs to lead the way. Lastly, let's get you way up to Seattle. See what's happening with the Seahawks. And they were victorious in that one over the visiting LA Rams. Russell Wilson leading the way in the victory with 3 touchdown passes. In the game you're watching, we've seen a strong first half out of Lamar Jackson. His guys have the lead, as we'll hand it back over to our commentators, Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
Okay, Coach, appreciate it. A 1-touchdown game here as we get set to resume play in the second half. The Colts getting the football first, and they trail here as we are back underway in quarter number 3. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Out come the Colts. They'll have it first here to start quarter number 3. And they do trail, but they have a chance to possess the football first to try and do something about it.
And that certainly makes it something of an important drive for them, because is it going to win the game? No, but you have to do something to bring some life to your sideline.
And this is going to be a Colts first down as he gets it up past the 35. You know, despite the scoreline, I think they've got to like where they are here. They're on the road and just one big play away from getting right back in this game.
I'm going to follow right along with you, because the spot they're in now is a credit to their defense. They've kept them in it by making the plays that they've made, and that just means you're one big score away from being right back there.
Well, the question is, can this offense step up and make that play, because that's been an issue for them in this game. On 1st and 10, here's Wentz. He'll get 10 there all on his own, but it'll be second down.
And we have to give credit to him for buying time and extending the play. But you know, there's some really upset defenders on that one. They thought that they had him. Instead, he was coated in Teflon and got away.
Meanwhile, Wentz's throw here pulled in by Hilton. And he's going to be taken down with the first down at the Ravens 17-yard line. That good for 21 yards on the catch and run. So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10. From the red zone now, Wentz. Middle of the field, he finds Pascal. Touchdown, Colts. Zach Pascal, his first touchdown on the year. And the Colts are a 2-point conversion away from tying this football game. Well, they had their chances in the first half, you remember, but had to settle for 2 field goals. This time they come away with 6.
I think they actually got affirmation about what they were doing by getting a touchdown, because the field goals means they got in range but couldn't quite finish it off. This time they broke through, and that's great for the old confidence.
And on the sideline, difference of a feeling between 3 and 6, is it astronomical or no?
It can be at times, that's for sure. A lot of times the field goal feels like a disappointment. The touchdown, well, that tells you you're getting it done.
The Ravens offense getting ready now for their first possession of the second half. And last drive, obviously not what you're looking for. You've got the lead. You got to protect the football.
So in other words, someone got lucky because they've been moving the ball really well and wearing them down. In this case, though, giving up the football doesn't make them very happy. They can't wait to get back out there and atone for it.
Yeah, trying to atone for it here on this drive. So one play, and they're already just shy of midfield. Off the play fake, here's Jackson. And he rifles one incomplete. They don't get the hook up there, but you really have to marvel at how precise he's been throwing the football these last couple weeks.
Oh, that's the perfect word for it, precise. Because if you're at 70% or better 2 weeks in a row, you have a job as long as you want one in this league, won't you? I mean, let's face it, it's not just West Coast offense either. He's putting the ball downfield as well. So
now 3rd and 10. They had the big play to start the drive, but 2 incompletions since. From the gun, it's Jackson. Oh, this pass broken up. Well, the contact well timed there, and now 4th down. Here's Sam Cook now. And surprisingly, this is the first punt of the game for either team. He was called on 3 times in the win last week as his first one here's away. And great special teams work here. This is knocking on the door of the 5. They'll spot it at the 6-yard line.
Well, someone's going to be happy with that effort. You know who else is going to be happy? His defense.
Absolutely.
He's created a very long field for that offense to try to traverse.
And he got some help from Mr. Football there, checking up nicely. Good English on that punt. And he's going to get this from the 6 out to the 12. A pickup of 6 as they double their workspace. Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Wentz. And this one nearly intercepted. Boy, that would have been a great time for their first pick. But instead, it's 3rd down. Now Wentz. He's got it to Hilton. And he is going to have a Colts first down as he'll be marked down a yard or 2 past the marker following a gain of 6. So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18. On 1st down, it's Taylor. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down. 3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. They run once more with Taylor. Oh, what a juke into space. And he'll be out of bounds right at the 40.
That's the type of run that Jonathan Taylor gives you so often, and you just can't take it for granted. He finds a way to get those extra yards. The 3rd running back taken in the 2020 draft, but he had the best numbers by far of any of them. 1,169 yards, 3rd most in the NFL, and by the last quarter of the season, he ranked among the best runners in the league.
Runs through the contact. And he'll be tackled right on the midfield logo. He's able to call his own number for 8 that time, but it leaves him with a 3rd down. They'll try and run for the 1st with Taylor. Boy, no chance as he was met and dropped behind the line there. A 3-yard loss. 4th down now. Now here's Rigoberto Sanchez as he's on to punt for the first time tonight. He only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. It'll be 37 yards there on the punt, and the Ravens, they'll take over. This Ravens offense heads back out there, led by Lamar Jackson. How do you break down his game so far? Just the one touchdown pass, but sometimes the touchdown pass stat category, that doesn't tell the whole story.
It really doesn't, not until you balance it with the error side, you know, and in this case, he hasn't thrown any interceptions. So a lot of people would call this almost a pedestrian game, kind of a bus driver game, but that's just really wrong. Being a bus driver is a good thing if you're running a football team, because that means you're in control and you're taking your team to the right places.
Yeah, he's been pretty solid. 40 yards now on the ground on just 7 carries. Got to figure now, after getting that turnover, they're just going to be happy to keep the ball on the ground, right?
This is where covering the football, taking care of the ball, all the ball security terms that have ever been used, they come into play for the guys on offense right now. Just take care of it, and they've got a good chance of ending up winning this game.
Being chased out left. And that'll be knocked away. It's incomplete.
And the end result of that play, you're almost not sure what you really want, because when he gets outside of the pocket, you actually hold your breath because you think he's going to run for big yardage. But when he chose to pull it down and throw it, and a play was made to knock it away, that's a pretty good end result. Not one you expected when the play began.
They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up. To throw is Jackson. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And they'll get him down at the 34, and he's going to be short of the first by a few yards. Just a 5-yard pickup, and it leads to 4th down. They'll roll him out right. And he is finally out of bounds, but not before taking it down inside the 30. 4th down conversion plays, you usually think 1, 2, 3 yards, maybe 10. Not there. What a huge pickup as the Sticks make a drastic shift forward. Play action. Now Jackson. Rolling to his right. And this is caught. It's Brown. And he is into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown. Marquise Brown. 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far. And the Ravens will extend their lead. So a heck of a drive right there with the game potentially hanging in the balance.
A very good drive, and now conversion to make it a 2-score game and a solid lead.
Now Tucker to add the PAT. And that makes it a 9-point game. A drive that time of 6 plays. And it's capped off with a Ravens touchdown. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. The drive will start at the 25-yard line here as Rodgers will not return it. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And you figure after giving up that last touchdown, they trail by 2 scores here in the 4th quarter. This drive becomes very critical. Wentz's throw complete here to Doyle. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. They may want to go back to that one. First play of the drive, good for 15 and a 1st down. Wentz going to throw. Sliding out of the pocket. And to the 42-yard line here and brought down there. Give him a couple on the scramble. It's 2nd down. Play action. Now Wentz. He'll buy some time right. And he'll get it into enemy territory just across midfield at the 49. Wentz can pull it down when he needs to, and the 6'5" quarterback picks up the 1st down. Throwing now is Wentz. Fighting Hilton on the slant. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. That's good for an Indianapolis 1st down on a gain of 10. Wentz now to throw. Finds his big tight end, Mo Alley-Cox. And they're going to be set up down around the 15-yard line. The catch and run, good for 24 yards. Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10. Inside the red zone here. They'll look to throw. And he's got it. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. So the Colts in possession of the football as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. And his pass incomplete.
That's certainly not the worst thing. It stops the clock and lets your offense catch its breath and lets us exhale a little bit. Now I expect them to call a couple of plays in the huddle so they're ready if a tackle happens inbounds.
And this is caught now for a late touchdown. So hold everything here. This one's not over yet. Okay, game on. Don't go anywhere yet. You got a 1-score game now. Probably going to rely on the onside kick coming up.
Yeah, they have to. It's not a high percentage play, but it's better than not having a chance at all. And that's when you put your leapers and your flyers on one side, get that high hop, and hope that one of the guys can come up with it.
And on the other side, get that hands team ready.
No doubt about it.
And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. Baltimore about ready to go on offense. And this game not quite over yet. And we'll likely see them take all 3 timeouts defensively, so they can't just kneel this one out. They're going to have to try to run a few plays.
You're exactly right. They've got to get a first down and make them use up all their timeouts in order to feel like they have this one in hand.
The Colts going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. Again, they'll run with Freeman. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. Now the Colts going to burn the 2nd of their timeouts. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the first down. Some pretty good games all weekend. We may have saved the best for last. This Monday night game has been a dandy. Pretty solid run here on 1st down. Almost picked up another first, but he appears to be a few inches short. Now the Colts will use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll get it with just over 90 seconds to go in the ball game. On 2nd down now. It's Freeman, and taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40. And carries like that, that's how they're going to continue to salt this thing away here, Charles, in the 4th quarter.
Yeah, how about that? A new set of downs. Clock continues to move. No better way to close out a game than to tap those mastodons you have up front and say, guys, keep pounding them. Let's keep the ball, keep their offense on the sidelines, and let's close this one out.
Down to a knee goes Jackson, and that should seal it. So the final seconds tick away in this Baltimore victory. And this coaching staff, CD, I think you'd agree, pleased with this overall effort.
Oh, I think they're more than pleased, right? They've got to look at each other like, wow, we just pulled this one off in a big way. Great job of motivating. Even better job of game planning. They were facing a top 10 defense, so they had to make sure that everything was buttoned down and they had it ready to go, and their guys executed.
Yeah, they were concerned not only about moving the ball through the air, but also on the ground, but both really started to come in sync. So for the Ravens, they boost their record up to a strong 4-1. And next week they get to stay home again as the Los Angeles Chargers come to town. Meanwhile, for Indianapolis, they'll fall to 1-4 with a loss. And they'll be at home next week for a date with the Houston Texans. So for our entire crew, alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Thanks for watching, everybody. We'll see you next time.